It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. The Pelicans have been looking pretty confident. This is their third meeting of the season with this team. They've won every game thus far and can seal their edge with a win here. An intriguing matchup tonight. Two smart, experienced ball clubs. Shaq, how do you see this one playing out?
Solid execution on both sides. Each guy playing to his own strengths.
Okay. I think it's going to be more tactical, though, honestly. You know, if the game is played at a fast pace, that's when the benches come into play, because we'll see who has the bigger bench.
If,
You okay? You all right?
Oh.
You all right?
Man, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, sorry, guys. Did you go down the wrong pipe?
Something good.
The action always in full swing near the French Quarter, and tonight is no different here in New Orleans, Louisiana. And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We're in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Pelicans playing here with a home court advantage. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
It's been a one-sided season series thus far. I mean, they've won all three games and can make it a clean sweep here tonight.
Not just an edge in matchups, but a mental edge as well. I mean, they figured out right away this season how to exploit this team's weaknesses, and they've been relentless in doing it.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know today's players can really elevate, but it's the landings that create tremendous strain on the body. In fact, at least one team bans its veteran players from dunking in practice. Kevin, that is not a problem for me.
David, you're right. It takes a toll. Thank you. As the season gets longer, so does the injury list. And Clark, you've taken a look at how you stay healthy, what these athletes have got to do, changes from era to era, but what precautions do teams take right now to ensure their players are at their very healthiest?
Well, you know, I think it's all about preventative maintenance and really good training and medical staffs, and most of those in the NBA are excellent. Do a good job of the preseason work, the conditioning work, the customizing of routines of weightlifting and recovery for each player. And then it's a matter of the player following the protocols in his particular program so that you fight off injury. And if you do get injured, it typically isn't, you're not out for extended periods of time. So, and then the emphasis on rest cannot be overstated. Teams are doing a much better job at managing the bodies of their players.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Thunder 5 right now. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. And it's George in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Ayan. In close, he hits it.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Outside, George. Clock at 6. Back to Robertson. Over Holiday. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, they've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
I think for New Orleans, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
Davis kicks to Beverly. Pass to AI. New Orleans moving it around. It's good.
Man does a nice job feeling his way around the interior. Randall just scratching the surface of his vast potential.
Outside, George. Out left to the wing. Robertson, the pass to Westbrook. No good on the triple. Holiday surveying the floor. The feed to AI. The shot that time, not on target. Excellent D there from George. The 15-footer. That shot is off. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. The last encounter was in Oklahoma City where they were able to handle the Thunder.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the chart.
Scorching and torching offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Westbrook kept alive, and Adams kicks to Robertson. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Noel.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Adams' shot is good.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Now, here's Beverly. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
They grab their own miss and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already a physical specimen and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Now here's Beverly. AI in the post, defended by George. Yep, that one goes in there.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Westbrook kicks to George. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Solid poise from PG, Paul George. Excellent at converting despite getting hit on the drive.
The pass to Beverly. Back to Holiday. Here's AI. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense. And, man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
As a matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it.
Thunder trailing by 3. To the left wing. Here's the floater. Robertson can't hit.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
It's stolen by Davis. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Finished off the break. Beverly's got his first points in this one.
And that that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Westbrook with it. AI picks him up. And George kicks to Adams. Outside Westbrook. No good with the triple. And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. It's a 5-point game. That one falls. AI's got 11.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Adams. Really played well against Portland in his last outing.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And AI throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Here's Grant after the made shot from AI. Robertson dishes to Adams. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Beverly against Westbrook. Now, here's Beverly. He's covered closely. Here's AI. And no good. Excellent D there from George. Thunder trailing by 5. Inside. Randall against Grant. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Robertson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's been putting up about 4 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And frankly, I think he can play better, guys. I mean, even he would have to admit to that.
Yeah, realistically, he's going to have to step it up. I mean, that's the reality. He's going to start to lose those minutes.
Now, here is Davis. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Randall passes to AI. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Westbrook. Again, Oklahoma City.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Outside Holiday. Back to Beverly. AI in the post. Defended by George. Good on the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
AI in the post. Defended by George. And AI throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
George, no good. The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Magic.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it. I mean, they earned that win with their defense.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also, how about the willingness to attack the basket and challenge the defense here tonight?
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Diallo comes in for Julius Randle. Ian Clark's checked in for Drew Holiday. And it's Peyton in for Patrick Beverly. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Now, here's Westbrook.
Skying towards the hoop and decimating the defense with that ridiculous alley-oop dunk. Go ahead, Noel.
AI with it. Martin defending. AI in the post. Morris is there, and he gets it back. And that one's good. AI.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Here's Morris, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And the ball goes out of bounds. Set by Plumlee. And so here is Oklahoma City. They trail by 11. Felton with the ball. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Drops in the tray.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Al Payton to the left side wing. Plumlee against Noel. Pass to Diallo. It's stolen by Morris. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Westbrook.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Now, here's AI. In the game against Orlando, very impressive.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Barton, trailing here by 8, outside Westbrook. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all. Particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And it's Felton with the ball for Oklahoma City, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And they're running, and here they go. And it's Noel missing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here's Morris, following the score by New Orleans. Felton kicks to Westbrook. Over Clark. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
And, you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
Back to Payton. New Orleans moving it around. Here's AI. Drops in the layup for 2. AI's got 29 in the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Here's Westbrook. And he can't bank that one in.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Floats it up for AI. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for it. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Pelicans lead by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means to him.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys, controlling the game, making sure that everyone's like feeling in the right mood to play and willing to sacrifice for one another.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component. Platoon swap here for New Orleans. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Markieff Morris. Paul George is checked in for Russell Westbrook. And it's Robertson in for Raymond Felton. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great pound. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
So for Oklahoma City right now, inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Robertson is out there with Will Barton, and it's George in at the small forward. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Magic was terrific. Just an incredible number of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin, we'll see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, I mean, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
It's stolen by Adams. Outside, George. And it's off from three-point range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Barton. He's got 7.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to thin guys off and get those rebounds. And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Robertson kicks to George. Pass to Grant. Randall with some nice D.
And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
Pass to Davis. Inside. Stolen by George. Kicks it to Barton. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Very reliable scoring close to the basket. Barton, somebody you have to defend at all times.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, you know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can give you the handbook for being an outstanding second-round pick because he's really pretty good at just about everything you need to do on the basketball court.
Now, here's AI. 33 points for him. On the clock. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And talking about Barton, you look at the body type, the game that he plays, Clark, well built for the modern era of pro basketball.
Yeah, especially since he's added some strength, Kevin. He can guard 1 through 3. You can't push him around as much as you once could. And, of course, this guy does not lack for confidence.
And here's Beverly following the 3 from Will Barton. Outside Holiday. Back to Beverly. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Yep, that one goes. Randall's got 7 points in the game.
The relentlessness of Randall, R-squared, taking on all comers.
And there's the pass to Robertson. Holiday against George. Barton outside. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his third assist on the night.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Now here is Holiday. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. The Thunder shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
You know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Now here is Holiday. Randall dishes to AI. The shot off that time. Excellent D there from George. Thunder trailing by 18. Westbrook kicks to Grant. George looking over the floor from outside the arc. That shot off the mark, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Holiday against Westbrook. Back to Robertson. From the arc. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, you guys scored a lot in the first half. What are you doing well offensively?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from AI.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last two quarters. But I'd love to see him try.
Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Holiday out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's AI in at the three. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. George. Randall grabs the board.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
AI kicks to Beverly. Now, here's AI. Defended by George. And that one's good by Davis.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Floats it up for AI. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Grant up top. Here's Robertson. A three-pointer off the mark.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And AI throws it down.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by New Orleans.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Beverly finds Randall. Back to Beverly. Outside Holiday. Drains the three-pointer. Holiday's got his third basket of the night right there.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Grant. And that time, also a missed shot. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for New Orleans. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless, really getting beat up physically and emotionally.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
They're really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
Plumlee, he's checked in for New Orleans. Ian Clark comes in for Drew Holiday. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's AI, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. AI's got 45 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Felton the pass to Westbrook. Can they get it? And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month. The shot clock leaders. You look at AI. 5th in the league and patrolling the paint.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. New Orleans is gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Pass to Clark. Back to Beverly. Trying his luck deep, and again, New Orleans with the triple.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
Felton kicks to Westbrook. Over Beverly. Westbrook, no good.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Here's AI, and that one is good. AI's got 12 points in just the second half.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for them. Almost looks too easy for them, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
Over to the left wing. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. AI's got 49 points in the game. Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 13. Morris, no good. And here's Beverly. AI outside. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. 5th in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. First free throw is good. Peyton, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And both free throws good for AI.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Clark. He's covered by Westbrook. Peyton kicks to Clark. AI in the post. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
No good that time. Excellent D there from George.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Felton can't get it to go. New Orleans has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Plumlee, and he converts the layup. Plumlee's got 5.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Westbrook finds Noel. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on George. For New Orleans, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Wood, he's checked in for Shaq Diallo. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Barton is checked in. Now here's Westbrook. Defense right on him. From deep, George. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds in the game.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Barton following the score by New Orleans. That's tipped. AI passes to Wood. Good work defensively by Morris. Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. George with the bucket.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Passes to Clark. Back to Peyton. Six to shoot. Here's AI. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Morris outside. Pass to Westbrook. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. Westbrook's got 16.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Clark. He's covered by Westbrook. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by New Orleans. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Pelicans with possession here. And here's Peyton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. The pass to Clark. He kicks it to Plumlee. Stolen by George. And Westbrook, here we go. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's on Alfred Payton.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered.
Beverly, the pass to Diallo. And AI throws it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs? That's the real question.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Belton is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Robertson in at the 3 spot. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Johnson, the pass to AI. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. 63 points for AI.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out. He's doing it.
Now, here's AI. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here is Miller. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Miller.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Westbrook kicks to Robertson. Adams, right side. To the paint. Tipped away. Will it go? And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Here's Clark. Pass to Diallo. Kicks it to Beverly. Clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. And that one goes long. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Belton finds Patterson. Here's the 3. Pelicans pull it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Clark for 3, sinks the 3-pointer. Clark's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for the Pelicans.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
Now, here is Morris. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, and you know, it looks effortless, easy, silky smooth, textbook shooting form. Man, that's nice.
Here's Clark. Passes to Diallo. Good work defensively by Morris.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Grant the pass to Diallo. With the teardrop. Here's Morris. No good on that one. And New Orleans will come the other way. To the inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Here's Grant, played in with a nice touch off the glass.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
Pass to Clark. AI in the post. He's covered by Grant. AI, some solid defense from Grant. And so Grant will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. New Orleans making a switch here. Woods checked in. Burton's checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton against Beverly. Felton kicks to Morris. Here's Burton. The three-pointer is right on target. The Pelicans have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. The pass to AI. Clark, you played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
The Thunder shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Diallo kicks to Patterson. Pass to Burton. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Beverly with the ball. Down low. Connects again. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Passes it to Burton. Baseline J on the way. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Here's Beverly. Pass to Clark. Beverly looking around. Shoots. Again, the Pelicans score. And so it's Oklahoma City with it.